What's up, sexies? Happy hump day. Man, been getting deep this week. I love that. I've actually been considering taking a short break. Hanging down, and hanging out, But I need to reset myself, get out of this concrete jungle, put my phone down, and get back to that head game strong. Yeah, I'm doing better than I was, but at the same time, like I said, you gotta have a reset, be it once a year or several times. The more the better, but I always try to come out here and at least get a small one most of the time. Like I said, I've been helping family all day today, move flower garden around, wash the house, it is a solid deal, helping grandma out, and then went and mowed, and then now I'm on mile number 4. Never slow down, because that's when the nightmares take over your dreams. But that's what we're going to talk about today. Cost. Do you know what it costs you to self-inflict? Do you know what it costs you to be narcissistic to other people? Because you putting out bad towards them doesn't help your case at all. It defines you as well. Not that the judgment part of it does, but when we think that we're pointing at something about somebody, or even self-inflicting ourselves about something, it's not just one cost that's affected. When we have certain things that attack us, it takes more away from us than just that one thing that we thought wrong. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all kinds of different ways. And like I said, it doesn't just affect one part of you. It takes a lot more than that from you. And that's what I want to talk about today. As we know so many people who love to go through here and put out the bad and talk all this crap and yada yada. Whatever. I don't care. I'm out here to put good. I could care less what anyone else got to say. I'm here for me. But I've learned, I've read, and I've learned what cost truly is. And I hate to even think about it at times, but when you attack somebody or you beat yourself, like I said, it has a huge effect on you. Mentally, your mental cost, that's your sanity, that's your self-esteem, that's your confidence. You break all 3 of them down every time the problem becomes mental. And, it's sad that one little thing can lose a lot more than that. We worry about paying our bills at times, but when it becomes a mental cost, when we dwell on it, we lose more than that. We lose our sanity. We lose our self-esteem and our confidence. That's why I say that we can't let little things bother us at times. Frustration develops into madness, madness into anger, and anger into hatred. And once you hatred, it's all dark. It's a bottomless pit of despair. And it is what it is. But how about the physical? We talk about that reflection. Other people like to point out the physical as well, knowing that they're distraught too. It may be a mental thing for them, but they're picking on the physical of somebody else. Like I said, you got to understand, narcissists point at other things that they don't want to talk about because they think they got it. Doesn't mean they've got it in all areas. The physical, it eliminates your energy, your safety, and your health, most importantly. Like I said, I come out here and I'm on mile number 4. Probably got a couple more laps in me. Take it up to about 7 tonight. It's been a long day. But I can't let the cost weigh in on me. Psychological. And that's a big one. Psychological, fear, depression, anxiety. anxiety to live in the future, to live in fear of the future, depression, living in fear of the past. Psychological is the biggest, probably the biggest cost to every one of us as human beings, because it affects us all. It doesn't matter if you're doing good, if you're rich, or if you're in great shape, or you've got all the nice new cars and threads. You're still affected by it. And, it's one of those things that, like I say, you're always going to be paying a price. To know what price you're actually paying, though, to know what things are affected and what to work on is key. You got spiritual. How about the spiritual part? Yourself, your soul, and your spirit. No, spirit would be your happiness, your euphoric feelings, not just the soul and what you consider thriving to be, what it means to you to be happy and to live this journey. But spiritually, that's what's affected. And, a lot of us that have a physical cost also contain a spiritual cost. Like I said, one of these sometimes pour into the others. You may only have one thing you think is affecting you, but it's holding you back in 3 or 4 different areas, but it's affected 7 or 8 different things within your mind that you don't even realize. And that's where I love reading, man. I learn more and more every time I do it, and I love doing it. It's scary at times, but to grab a hold of the reins myself and be like, okay, this is what it is. It's gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous to be able to understand where I take away from myself when I put out in other areas, or what I receive if I continue to put out these keys that I talk about, this hope, happiness, and love within other people. Strength, courage, a good old sword. I love that. But, how about social? Social is, I hate saying this word. What, reputation? Nah, let's not say reputation. Let's talk about character. Let's make it your character, your networking, and your support systems. That's what's affected whenever you have a social cost, where, and that's a big one, because some people don't like crowds, don't like to go out and whatnot. So sometimes it's not everybody comes across the social cost within their life, but, reputation, blah, I hate that word, is, something maybe at work that can be affected by somebody else with saying stupid little things, But it doesn't just cost you, it costs them too. This is what narcissists don't understand. This is what these drama kings and queens that go through here putting all this crap out, talking crap about everybody, don't get. They don't get that they're affected too. And it just blows my mind. We hold ourselves back more than anything else, but they hold themselves back just as bad. Let's talk about let's talk about sexual. How about that one? Sexual, it pulls back in relationships and pleasure. As you get older, you could be 1, 2, 3 things that attacks pleasure. But I think probably the biggest one sexually is going to be trust. Ooh, that's a nasty word. So many of us don't trust ourselves anymore, much less anyone else. But sexual cost, whenever you go out and do something on somebody, think you're getting away with it. Not only do you cost them that, but you cost yourself that. Because now you're all worried, are they doing it? That is the point I'm making. As in, just because they affect someone else doesn't mean it doesn't affect them. The mind is daunting. I love that. Sometimes the only way to love people is to leave them to themselves, because that's the only way they're going to understand and find out that it is what it is. But you can't go through this journey being scared of people. You can't go through this journey trying to make everybody happy. You can't go through this journey caring what other people think, about your hair, about your clothes, about your decisions, about your job, about the choices that you make. You start to listen to them and question what you do. They win. Because you're no longer you. You become someone they want you to be. Careful what you cost. Careful what you decide to do, because it comes back on you tenfold. Love you guys. Y'all stay up and stay beautiful. And as always, I'll see you around.